Hi, I am going to make a 5-grain blueberry muffins. I'm taking a regular recipe and I'm changing it around. You need 1 1/4 cups of this cereal, which is the 5-grain hot cereal from Bob's Red Mill. This is what you're going to need, 1 1/4 cups. And into it, you are going to add 1 1/3 cups of buttermilk, and we're going to let this sit. While this is sitting, we're going to sit there and put the other ingredients together. And we're going to mix this up. I think we're going to have to make some more buttermilk tomorrow. Now I just put the buttermilk into the cereal right here. And we're going to let this sit while we're doing other things. Now this is going to have to sit for about 30 minutes. So I'm not in a big hurry to turn the oven on or rush through this. We're going to let this sit. But it's got to be mixed thoroughly because they're going to get a little soft while they're sitting here. Now you're going to take this and we're just going to put this on the side because it's going to have to sit for 30 minutes, so that we're not going to be ready for this until about 11:30. So we're just going to put that over there. We'll be putting our dry ingredients together. I have to figure out how much, let's see. All right, this recipe that I'm changing asks for soft wheat. Soft wheat is known as spring wheat, and you know it as cake flour. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use all-purpose flour in it because I know all-purpose flour is a perfect ratio of, I have it written somewhere, of winter wheat and spring wheat. Winter wheat is bread flour that you know, and spring wheat is known as cake flour. But if you put it in the right ratios, you get a beautiful texture, and they're not heavy. It's just like what you buy in the store. You just have to know those ratios. All right, so let's see. They want 1 cup of soft wheat, which is cake. I'm not going to use that. I am going to be using all-purpose. Yeah, I think yeah. I don't want to put cake flour. I'm going to use this. Now, because the grains are all grain, 5 grains, I know I'm going to be getting a lot of the B vitamins and stuff in it. Now, I am going to add 1/4 cup, but I'm going to change this around. I'm going to add 1/3 cup of teff flour, which is a dark flour. You'll see it in a minute, and you can see it because I am putting it into the dry ingredients. See how it's a light brown? And I think I'm going to add 1/3 of whole wheat. So these are going to be really healthy ones. Healthy cereal. Hope they come out. This is when we play around with these things and we're not sure. Besides, I have a lot of whole grain flours in that freezer I have to get out. Can't sit there forever, I won't have any room. Alright, baking powder, I think, let's see, we should add a teaspoon. I think if I remember correctly, a teaspoon should be just fine for this. I'm not adding baking soda because I use my own baking powder. But if you're going to make this recipe the way I'm making it, you're also going to have to add in 1 teaspoon of baking soda if you buy yours in the store. If you make your own, leave the baking sodas out. And I'm running out of my salt, so I have to use this one, which I don't want to use. I'm going to. A teaspoon of salt. Let's see, what else do I want to put in here? I don't think there's any, yeah, the sugar. Okay. We need a 1/2 cup. I also found a coffee cake I want to make too. But I like to make muffins in the morning. They're really nice for the morning when your family wakes up. I've never known anybody who doesn't like muffins, and muffins are so nutritious if you make them right, which I just love. And full flavor and mixtures we can make. Every time you think they've made all that they can make, somebody comes out with another idea. I thought about adding banana into this, but I don't think so. Okay. I have to go get, God, I don't have it. Do I have an orange? No, I didn't pick up oranges. I have to go get my orange zest, and I will be back. Right now I'm breaking up the brown sugar in here with my hand. Does better. So let me go get my zest, and I will be back. Okay, they want you to zest 1 whole orange. And that pretty much covers it. I tell you, dehydrating and doing this makes it so much easier. You buy it in the store. We used to be able to buy the orange and lemon zest, but the thing was it didn't last very long. But I found out if I dehydrate them and put them in a jar like this, I can blend them up with my spice grinder, which makes my job a lot easier, and they don't go bad. You don't know how many times I've had to throw stuff out because of that. It would go bad. And one day I just said, that's it, I'm going to sit there and do it my way. I know it takes a little bit of time, but I don't mind the time. Just breaking the brown sugar still up in this. Now we're going to put this to the side. We are done with our dry ingredients. Now we have to wait for this. So right now we're sort of at a standstill as this soaks this up, and then we'll be mixing all our liquid ingredients with this. Okay, so we just have to wait right now until this is done. So I'll see you as soon as this is set for 30 minutes. Okay, we're winding down now. In a measuring cup, I want you to pour 1/3 of a cup of orange juice. Then you're going to add 1/4 of a cup of, let's see, where is it? Yeah, 1/4 of a cup of melted butter in here. You're going to add an egg into this. You're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla in here and 1/2 teaspoon of lemon extract. You're going to need 1 cup of blueberries. Rinse them, please. Because we're just winding down to everything. Set your oven. I never remember these. Never remember cooking times in my ratios, which is really bad. You think I would remember. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees and make sure your shelf is in the middle. See, I have lots of recipes, but I always try to make them more nutritious and put a different twist on them to see how they come. And sometimes right in front of you, I try making one like those muffins I made, where you have to pick a name for them. Only 4 or 5 of you played the game, and that was it. I was surprised because I thought you would have fun. picking out a name. Okay, now blueberries, you know they rupture very, very easily, right? Of course, we all know this. So you're going to take this fork, and we're going to do these blueberries first in here. You know why? Because we're going to coat them so they'll not sink to the bottom, but they'll be throughout the muffins. What you're going to do, very gently, you're going to toss them and coat them, because you don't want them to rupture. This is what we're doing. Let's see if I can turn you down further. You see? I'm coating them. After I rinse them, that's what I'm going to do. Now you're going to make a well in the middle of it. Don't worry, we'll get here soon enough. I know some of the blueberries might rupture, but the thing is not to rupture any more than you have to. Put that to the side with the well in it. You see this mixture? We're going to pour this into it. No, that's not too hot. Okay, we're going to try mixing this up very well and carefully. See, if you rupture your blueberries, they just are completely blue, and that's how you buy them in the store, because they don't care. But you want yours to have those blueberries throughout it, not the whole liquid and make them blueberries all blue. I hope this comes out. I don't even know if it's going to come out. I'm so glad I was born at the time I was born, because I had to learn the different grains. I had to learn all these things, you know, about winter wheat, summer wheat, spring wheat, whatever wheat. Now we're going to treat this, though you see how clumpy it is? We're still going to treat it the same way. We're still going to mix it the way we always do. I hope I have enough liquid here. Yeah, it seems that I do. Yeah, I worry about that sometimes when you're doing things like this. But you see, the blueberries haven't ruptured because I'm going actually against the pan and coming up. And that way you prevent from rupturing them any more than you have to. And nobody likes ruptured blueberries. See, these are taking longer to mix. So I want to make sure I get that flour somewhat mixed. Okay, I think I've mixed it as much as I would recommend mixing. Because you know you can't mix them all the way. Where is it here? I want to try to make a banana nut blueberry muffin and see how that comes out. I don't know how it's going to come out. We can try. We'll see how these come out. You see how I didn't mix it all the way, but I had to mix it enough to because it was too floury. These should make some lovely muffins, if it works. And you can see the blueberries are not mashed. That's why you do it like that. I'm just putting them in the muffin tin right now. It doesn't turn down much more. It's pretty tight. And you can see the whole grain muffins are much different. They have more bulk to them. They're more solid. They're not liquidy. So you can see that they have more volume to them. They have more substance to them than before. When I was growing up, it was all white flour. I was very much interested into the whole grains. But my mother didn't like whole grains, and she was the lady of the house, so I should say she was the tyrant of the house, actually. She kept my father, she kept everybody in line. Like I told you, she'd hit a police, I'm sure she would have hit the police officer if he stopped her and she was angry. He'd have to defend himself, because she was a tyrant. Well, we have enough for just one more muffin. And I don't have any room. I'm going to see if I can get some more in here, because I don't want to waste any of this, okay? So after this, I might try making blueberry banana nut and see how that comes out. I actually have another. I'm not going to be able to get it in there. It's just too much. Okay, we have 10 more points, and then I can put them into the oven. No, I've got to get up to 400. Oh no. Yeah, I have one for one more muffin. You see that? That's it. So we have to wait a little bit till the oven gets up to its temperature. And then we'll put them in, and we're going to bake these for muffin temperatures are anywhere around 20, 18 to 22, somewhere in there. I'm going to hit 20, and that'll be it for me. So we'll see how these come out when I get them in there. There'll be a countdown. And pray they come out. But always remember, don't over mix. You're going to see flour and stuff. If you mix it too much, you end up with a problem. I hope I didn't over mix mine. Yeah. I really don't want to leave this for one more muffin, you know. Come on, I got some blueberries here. We don't want to waste them. Yeah. Why not this one? Yeah, I'm stretching them out. These should be delicious. And there are so many grains, we can mix this up. Believe you me, we can really mix these up with different grains if we wish. We're not going to be stuck with the white and whole wheat, or maybe a rye here or something. We can go in many different directions. Okay, now we're going to put it on for 20 minutes. Now that's either going to be a flop, and I'll find out in 20 minutes with you. Okay. We'll see how they come out. There is one thing you should always remember about muffins and biscuits if you're using whole grains or mixing whole grains up in fruits. They are going to be a little heavier than what you're accustomed to. If you're accustomed to white, fluffy biscuits and muffins where it's like air when you eat them, well, you're not going to get that. When you start using whole grains, they've got more substance to them. The same thing when I make biscuits and I start adding these other flours, they're more solid. They have flavor, but the thing is they're not as light as you want. That's one of the side pieces of using whole grains, because everybody wants them white and light and fluffy. But for those of us who like using the whole grains, we like more of the, let's see, when you bite into it, you know you're getting it. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, we're going to test them now. See, we did not burn them on the bottom, which is very important. Now remember, do not crush these when you don't cut them because they're still very hot. Mine are very hot still. You break it gently and you look into the inside to see what you have. That's how you do it. Because if you crush it, it's so hot it'll go back to dough. That's why they tell you to tear it carefully. Now we're going to try it. The cereal makes you think that there's nuts or something in there because the cereal that I used was a 5-grain cereal. The blueberries are beautiful. There's good moisture in it. And you can taste the vanilla and you can taste the lemon. You really don't have to add butter to these. They came out really nice. And if you like whole grains, this is going to be great for you. You'll like the flavor of the whole grains. I'm content. They're not overly sweet, but they have a sweetness to them. So, since I played around with this, I guess I'll call these blueberry cereal muffins, okay? That's the name of this. I'm going to finish my muffin. Take care. Bye-bye.